Alright, so this is going to be a brief video on radical properties and kind of to relate to what we've gone over so far. So a to the m power to the root n is equal to a to the m over n. Okay, so you just take what's inside here and then you end up dividing the exponent out to get it. So an example would be square root of a is equal to a to the 1/2 because this a inside the root is a to the first power, and the square root means that it's the second root. So the square root, so it's equal to a to 1 to the 1/2. Okay, so if you ever see that, that's what that represents. Okay, it's kind of related to the rational exponents that we went over previously. Okay, so the two radical properties that we're going to be going over are right here. This one is for multiplication, this one's for division. So we have root a times b is equal to root a times root b. And you're going to use this to solve certain problems. In this case, we're going to be using it to solve simplifying of the radicals. Okay, so we're going to use this property to solve this problem. So we have root 27. Okay, whenever you solve these kind of problems, you want to look for the perfect square that is divisible, that this number is divisible by. In this case, this number 27, or root 27, will be divisible by root 9, which is a perfect square of 3. So I'm going to break it down like so. So I'm just going to put little arrows, and it's equal to root 3 times root 9. So root 9 and root 3 like this. This simplifies, because it's a perfect square, to 3. This is not a perfect square, and since the arrows don't go anywhere else, we're going to multiply these two together and get root 27 to be equal to 3 root 3. So using this property right here, I have root a times b is root 9 times root 3. And I use that to simplify and get 3 root 3. In the second example, it says root 2 times root 3. So I'm going to use this part of it. So it's root 2 times root 3. So it's like root a times root b equals the root of the product. So you're going to multiply the 2 and the 3 together. So then you'll get root 2 times 3, which is equal to root 6. Now neither of these roots can be simplified. Okay, they're both prime numbers. They don't break down like this 27 did. So you just kind of combine them like this, and you get root 6. Okay, so that's the multiplication property of radicals. Here we're going to be going over the quotient or division property of radicals. Okay, first thing we want to do in this case would be to simplify this top number here. Well, that's kind of why I use this example, because we simplified it over here. So when you see a problem like this, simplify it as if the denominator is not there. Just look at the numerator. In this case, we know that it breaks down to 3 root 3, so I'm going to write 3 root 3 at the top divided by 3. Okay, hopefully you see that you can divide this 3 by this 3 here to get 1. So 3 divided by 3 is 1 over 1. That's what these 1s represent. And you end up with 1 over 1 times root 3, which, as you should know, is root 3. And the last one down here, we have root 2 divided by root 3, and I kind of wrote a little rule by our division radical property is no radicals can be in the denominator. Okay, so we need to simplify this by making sure that there are no radicals in the denominator. In this case, we have a radical 3 in the denominator. So to get rid of that, we're going to multiply both the top and the bottom by root 3. Now the reason why we can do this is because root 3 over root 3 is equal to 1. So really we're just multiplying some number by 1. As you know, any number times 1 is the same number. So if I take 2 times 1, it's 2. If I take 3 times 1, it's 3. Okay, so if I take root 2 over root 3 times 1, you're still going to get the same answer, only it's going to be simplified. Okay, so here we go. Root 2 times root 3, well, that's root 6. We got it just right over here. So we know this top number. This bottom right here is root 3 times root 3. Well, root 3 times root 3 is the same thing as saying 3 to the 1/2 power times 3 to the 1/2 power. Well, we know if the bases are similar, all we have to do is add the exponents. Okay, we know it's 3 to the 1/2 power because of our property up here. Root 3 is like root a here, and it's equal to 3, in this case, a to the 1/2, or here it's 3 to the 1/2. So what you end up doing is adding the half plus a half to get 3 to the 1 power, which is equal to 3. So root 3 times root 3 is 3. So you end up with root 6 over 3 simplified. So those are the radical properties for multiplication and for division, and then I worked out a couple examples. If you have any questions on any of this, please let me know.